Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are going to have quick, like a summary kind of class today. So maybe half an hour or 35 minutes. We are in Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 8, verse number 11. Aksharam Vedavido Vadanti, Yadaksharam Vedavido Vadanti, Vishanti Yadyatayo Vitaraga, Vishanti Yadyatayo Vitaraga, Yadichannato Brahmacharyam charanti, yadichannato brahmacharyam charanti, tatte padam sangrahanen pravachye, tatte padam sangrahen pravachye, yadaksharam vedavido vadanti. Vishanti yadyatayo vitaraga, yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti, tatte padam sangagrahin pravachye. Anyone want to recite?
Yadaksharam Vedavido Vadanti
Yadaksharam vedavido vadanti,
Vishanti Yadyatayo Vitaraga
Vishanti yadyatayo vitaraga,
Yadichanto Brahmacharyam Charanti
yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti,
Tatte Padam Sangrahena Pravakshye.
tatte padam sangrahena pravachye. Anyone else? Okay, so word by word meaning. Yet, that which.
Yet that which
Aksharam, syllable om.
Aksharam syllable Om.
Ved vidah, persons conversant with the Vedas.
Veda Vidaha, persons conversant with the Vedas.
Vadanti, say.
Vadanti, say.
Vishanti, enter.
Vishanti, enter.
Yat, in which.
Yet in which.
Yat yah, great sages.
Yataya, great sages.
Vita ragah, in the renounced order of life.
Vitaragaha, in the renounced order of life.
Yet, that which.
Yet that which.
Ichantaha, desiring.
Ichantaha, desiring.
Brahmacharyam, celibacy.
Brahmacharyam, celibacy.
Charanti, practice.
Charanti, practice.
Tat, that.
Tad, that.
Te, unto you.
Te, unto you.
Padam, situation.
Padam, situation.
Sangrahena, in summary.
Sangrahena, in summary.
Pravakche, I shall explain.
Pravakshya, I shall explain.
Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Person who are learned in the Vedas, who utter oṁ-kāra, and who are great sages in the renounced order, enter into Brahma. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. I shall now briefly explain to you this process by which one may attain salvation. One more time. Persons who are learned in the Vedas, who utter oṁ-kāra, and who are great sages in the renounced order, enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. I shall now briefly explain to you this process by which one may attain salvation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Lord Sri Krishna has recommended to Arjuna the practice of Sat Chakra Yoga, in which one places the air of life between the eyebrows, that is called Agya Chakra, taking it for granted that Arjuna might not know how to practice Sat Chakra Yoga. The Lord explains the process in the following verses. The Lord says that Brahma, although one without a second, means there is no difference between Lord and that Brahma, has various manifestations and features. Paramatma, Bhagwan. Especially for the impersonalist, the Akshara or oṁ-kāra, the syllable Om, is identical with Brahma. Krishna here explains the impersonal Brahman and into which the renounced order of sages enters. In the Vedic system of knowledge, students from the very beginning are taught to vibrate Om and learn of the ultimate impersonal Brahman by living with the spiritual master in complete celibacy. In this way, they realize two of Brahman's features. This practice is very essential for the students advanced in spiritual life. But at the moment, such brahmachari, unmarried celibate, life is not at all possible. The social construction of the world has changed so much that there is no possibility of one's practicing celibacy from the beginning of student life. Throughout the world, there are many instructions for different departments of knowledge, but there is no recognized institution where students can be educated in the brahmachari principle. Unless one practices celibacy, advancement in spiritual life is very difficult. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya has announced, according to the scriptural injunctions for this age of Kali, that in this age, no process of realizing the Supreme is possible except the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chachurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utpadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavansya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So I am begging from all of you, please give me your mercy so that I can speak few words. I think something is hanging here.
Prabhuji, you are frozen. You are not moving.
Okay, but are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you very distinctly.
Okay, so that is fine. That's what I was thinking. It is frozen, means something happens. Anyway. So I'm begging mercy from all of you. Please give your blessing so that I can speak a few words. We are in chapter 8, Attaining the Supreme, and also the section is called Yoga Mishra Bhakti. So background about the chapter is little bit. In chapter 7, Lord Krishna, he explains that at the time of death, person who remembers him with the full consciousness means becoming the devotee. And then he gives the questions to Arjuna that how to attain him, and he gives the 6 terms. And then after that, chapter 8 start, and there Arjuna, he asks questions. What is the Supreme Lord? Adi Bhuta, and then Adi Deva, Adi Yagya, and all those things. And then verse number 1 and 2, he asked questions, and Lord Krishna is explaining after that, and he explains the 7 questions, and then 8th question, whole chapter is there related to how to go back home, back to Godhead. So breakdown of chapter is section 1, 1 to 4, Krishna's answer to Arjuna, what is Brahman, and that is indestructible living entities, Adhyatma, the nature of the living entities, to serve to the super soul, service attitude, which is not actually actual nature is to serve to the super soul, and then see the things in relation to the Krishna. And then karma, what is the karma means fruitive activities, and Then Adi Bhuta means material manifestations, and then Adi Deva means what are the presiding, means all over the demigods in all planets. So that is the Virat Rupa of the Lord. And then he asked Adi Yagya. So Krishna, he says that super soul means Paramatma. Sorry, Adi Yagya, that he resides within the everyone's heart, and Adhyatma means Lord of the sacrifices. Adi Yagya, Adi Yagya, that is the Lord of the sacrifices. So that is also, you can say the Krishna also. And then section 2, 5 to 8, remembering Krishna at the time of death. One attains whatever one remembers at the time of death, and Krishna recommends Arjuna to undeviatedly meditate on him and dedicate his activity, means to fight for the pleasure of Krishna, in other sense. And then that way you will attain me. And then we are at the sections 3, 9 to 13. Remembering Krishna means practice remembrance through meditations. And by meditating on Krishna and his qualities, by practicing yoga, Mr. Bhakti, one can think of the Supreme Personality of Godhead when quitting the body and reaches to the spiritual planets. And then pure devotional service, 14 to 16, remembrance of Krishna through bhakti. By constantly engagement in devotional service, one who undeviatedly remembers Krishna easily attains and goes to Lord's abode and far from this miserable world, material world. And then section 5 is comparing the material and spiritual world. It means glories of the supreme abode. Material world is continuously created and destroyed. Beyond there is this material ocean or creation. There is a abode of the Krishna which is present, and then also to go back to home, back to Godhead, just by simply unalloyed devotion to the Lord. That's what Krishna, he emphasized several places. Even 7 chapter last verse, there he's saying, those who are focused, their consciousness has been focused on him, they can attain him. So this is the summary of the whole chapter. Now we are in the section 3. So all are very close. So it is going to be summary of the whatever you may have heard, a little bit different. So remembering Krishna, or practice remembering through meditation. So practical application is by strict yoga practice, one can fix the mind on Krishna's transcendental quality and go to him at that. And remembrance of Krishna means to meditate on his quality. This is an important point because Krishna's supremacy, it is showing that quality arises from the personality, not from the void. If someone is thinking about the void, then it is not possible. But here in this verse, it has been emphasized about the Om, Aksharam, Omkara, means focusing on Krishna's meditating and by uttering the Omkara word. There are 10 ways of thinking on the Supreme, and how by the Krishna he is the Kavi, means he knows past, present and future. He is the unborn, it means the oldest. He is the controller, he is the smaller than the smallest, that has been mentioned in the 9th verse, maintainer of everyone, everything, and then beyond of the material conceptions, he is inconceivable. Because Srila Prabhupada has given like a big planet are floating on his energy. Achintya, he is inconceivable. And then always a person, he is a person. That's why it has been mentioned Rupam. And he is luminous like a sun. And then text 10 and to 13, it goes together. I think yesterday Sudha Bhakti Mataji, she has covered the 9, 10 and little bit 11 too. So describe the Yoga Misra Bhakti, these 10, 11, 12, 13. It is related to yogis remembering the Krishna and fix the mind in the devotion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead at the death. So practice Sata Chakra Yoga. That by that they raise their life, and then Agya Chakra here, and then finally they could say by chanting the Om-kāra word. And after that it has been renounced from the sense gratification, and especially sex life it has been described. So that more will be discussed in the next verse. Let us see what Srila Bhakti, Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. He's giving wonderful commentary. I liked very much. Just by your mentioning that the yogi should concentrate the prana at the Agya Chakra. I don't know, are you able to see my video or not? No, it has frozen still. Okay. I cannot understand this yoga. What is the manner of doing this yoga? What should be chanted? Upon what should be meditated? What is to be obtained by this yoga? Briefly, you should tell me. Krishna speaks 3 verses to answer them. Means the 12, 13, 11. Please listen. I describe what will be factually attained. Padam. Along with the method of attainment, sangrahena, that Brahman, which the knowers of the Vedas call Om, means Akshara, which the sannyasis attains. So sangraha is analyzed as the means by which something is completely understood, means completely under samyaka and then understood mean grihyate, Sanskrit word. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti has given this wonderful commentary, and his translation is almost similar to the Srila Prabhupada. Along with the method, I will speak of the final goal, which the knowers of the Vedas call Om, and which the sannyasis who have given up attachment attain. Desiring this, they practice celibacy. So those who want to attain by this method, chanting the Om, and then they have to give up their attachment. Give up their attachment means give up the sense gratifications, especially following the celibacy life. Srila Prabhupada has emphasized about the celibacy life. It is very difficult at the modern age because we are locked of that institute. Prahlad Maharaj says that bhakti has to start, means our relationship with the Lord has to start from the beginning only, from the Kaumara age. And then that's why we need to practice from the beginning. But there is no institute to practice the celibacy life, then what to do? So that's why you can see in the school, forget about the college. They have the girlfriend, boyfriend, and they don't know about the celibacy. What is the importance of the celibacy? And just forgetting things. And then also modern scientists, they do says that all those things are nonsense. Why to go for the celibacy? But good thing is that if no one is understanding, just by following the celibacy, even just strictly following the celibacy, one can attain the liberation. If they are not doing anything strictly following, and also if someone is following the celibacy, then their concentration will be very high. They can concentrate very easily. Their mind will not deviate. So for them, attaining the goal is very easy. So that is the important thing. But at the modern age, it is very difficult to practice because there is no institute. So he, at the end of the purport, he's saying, therefore Lord Chaitanya has announced, according to the scriptural injunction, for this age of Kali, that in this age, no process of realizing the Supreme is possible except the chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that is the very simple chant and be happy. At the end of the Srimad Bhagavatam, because Prabhupada has mentioned here that on the scriptural injunction. So last verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam is Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam Pranamo Dukha Samanastam Namami Harim Pram. So by paying obeisances, Sarva Papa, by paying obeisances, all the measurable things gone. And then by chanting the holy name of the Lord, we will be free from all kind of sins. sinful reactions, everything. So becoming the pure just by chanting the holy name of the Lord. And any name of the Lord will do the purification, but chanting the holy name of the Lord, chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It will not only give the liberation, that will be the side product, but that will bring us into our adhyatma, that relationship, our spiritual relationship, means Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. We are eternally servant of the Lord, and then to have the Krishna Prema, highest love of the Krishna Prema. If there is a relationship, so there is a service attitude, and there is a pleasing attitude, and then by pleasing, by serving, there is a pleasure arise, and by that there is a reciprocation is there, and that will develop by chanting the holy name of the Lord. So chant and be happy. Srila Prabhupada has given the advertisement. Chant and be happy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I will stop here. Any question or comment? Hare Krishna. Did I lost or still I'm in there? Hare
You are
Krishna.
there, Prabhuji. We heard everything.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for wonderful class.
Thank you, Mataji. Sorry.
No. Thank you. Thank you for,
Okay.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So, Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad-Gita ki jai. And Connecticut congregation, especially Bhagavad-Gita group ki jai. Hare Krishna.